People ask me all the time why I packed up my life and left the United States. The honest answer: I was trying to save my own life. I was done paying a daily tax of chronic stress, high vigilance, and burnout because I finally understood something. I couldn't heal in the same environment that made me sick. There's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from moving through a world where your presence is constantly hyper-analyzed, misunderstood, or treated as a threat. For years, my daily life ran on survival mode, scanning every room I walked into, code switching without even thinking about it, carrying the weight of systemic barriers I never asked for. Over time, that high vigilance state wore down my body and wrecked my peace of mind. I later learned there's a name for it: minority stress, the chronic psychological pressure carried by marginalized groups. It doesn't just live in your head, but it shows up in your body. My insomnia, my anxiety, my blood pressure, the burnout I couldn't shake. I was raised on the advice to push through, build resilience, work twice as hard, but somewhere along the way, I decided I didn't want resilience anymore. I wanted peace. That search led me to a bigger pattern: a growing collective of Black travelers, backpackers, and digital nomads who are choosing to relocate in pursuit of real emotional wellness. Today, I want to walk you through 5 countries where Black expats are finding safety, community, and the psychological breathing room to finally heal. We begin in Europe, along the western coast of the Iberian Peninsula. Portugal has emerged as a premier destination for Black digital nomads and retirees alike, and the primary driver isn't just favorable tax structures or a golden climate. It's the pacing of life. In the United States, human worth is frequently tied directly to economic productivity. Hustle culture leaves little room for introspection or rest. Portugal runs on a fundamentally different rhythm. Here, time is fluid. Lunch is an hour-long ritual, not a rush meal at a desk. Sundown is an invitation to sit by the Tagus River with friends, rather than an extension of the workday. For a Black expat, transitioning to this slower lifestyle acts as an immediate nervous system reset. The constant urgency evaporates. Portugal also consistently ranks as one of the safest countries in the world. Remove the baseline anxiety of physical safety and the systemic weight of racial profiling by law enforcement, and the mind undergoes a dramatic shift. Expats in Lisbon and Porto frequently report their insomnia dissipating within months of moving. They find themselves walking more, breathing deeper, unlearning the defensive posture they wore like armor back home. In Portugal, rest isn't treated as a reward for grueling labor. It's a basic human right. Crossing the Atlantic to Central America, we find a country built on a philosophy of wellness: Costa Rica. Specifically, regions along the Caribbean coast like Puerto Viejo have become home to a thriving community of Black expats, healers, and wellness practitioners. Costa Rica's national motto, Pura Vida, pure life, is more than a marketing slogan. It's an environmental blueprint. For Black Americans suffering from urban burnout and environmental stressors, Costa Rica offers profound ecotherapy. The human brain responds uniquely to natural landscapes. Immersion in green spaces has been shown to lower cortisol levels and stabilize blood pressure. In places like the Southern Caribbean zone, there's a rich Afro-Costa Rican culture rooted in Jamaican ancestry. For Black expats, that offers a unique layer of comfort, entering a space where you're neither an anomaly nor an outsider. Instead of waking up to sirens and breaking news, mornings here begin with howler monkeys in the ocean. The diet shifts naturally toward fresh, whole foods, tropical fruit, clean water. When daily life revolves around surfing, hiking, and community gathering, the mind stops scanning for threats. Costa Rica provides the physical distance from systemic triggers that's often necessary to process deep-seated trauma and reconnect with the physical self. To heal the mind, you often have to address questions of identity and belonging. That reality has drawn thousands of Black Americans to West Africa, specifically Ghana. Since the historic Year of Return, Accra and its surrounding coastal regions have gone from temporary travel hotspots to permanent settlements for the diaspora. The psychological impact of moving to a majority Black country can't be overstated. In the West, being Black means existing as a minority, which requires a constant awareness of race. In Ghana, Black is the default. Expats frequently describe an overwhelming sense of emotional relief upon arrival, a feeling of shedding a weight they didn't realize they were carrying. The psychological tax of code switching disappears. You're no longer navigating spaces where you have to soften your voice, alter your hair, or monitor your expressions to keep others comfortable. Beyond daily social interactions, Ghana offers a profound space for historical reconciliation. Visiting Cape Coast or Elmina castles lets expats confront ancestral trauma directly. By processing that history on ancestral soil, many find a deep sense of grounding, purpose, and self-worth that shields them from the identity fragmentation often felt in Western societies. Southeast Asia might seem like an unexpected choice for Black expats seeking mental wellness, given the vast cultural and linguistic differences. Yet cities like Chiang Mai and islands like Koh Phangan have become hubs for Black backpackers, creatives, and early retirees. Thailand offers an antidote to Western aggression through its cultural emphasis on kindness, mindfulness, and community. Thai culture is deeply shaped by Buddhist principles that prioritize emotional balance, hospitality, and avoiding public confrontation. For someone used to the high friction, litigious, often aggressive social climate of major U.S. cities, this environment acts as a soothing balm. In Thailand, Black expats find a level of personal safety that lets the nervous system fully disarm. Walking home alone at midnight carries no fear. The accessibility of wellness practices, affordable sound healing, meditation retreats, traditional massage, holistic therapies, lets people actively build a mental health routine on a modest budget. While expats may draw curiosity about their skin or hair, it's overwhelmingly met with politeness, rather than the systemic malice or institutional bias found back home. The freedom to exist without fear of state-sanctioned violence or aggressive prejudice lets expats reset their daily emotional baseline from anxiety to peace. Our final stop brings us closer to home. Mexico has become one of the largest hubs for Black American expats, with vibrant communities forming in Mexico City, Oaxaca, Merida, and the coastal towns of Quintana Roo. The appeal lies in a powerful combination of cultural warmth, affordability, and geographic proximity. Isolation is a major contributor to depression and anxiety. When you relocate across the world, building a new support system can feel daunting. Mexico's established networks of Black expats make that transition seamless. Communities like Black expats in Mexico provide instant access to friendship, professional networking, and shared experience. Mexican culture is deeply community-centric, family-oriented, celebratory. That collective warmth is infectious. It contrasts sharply with the hyper-individualism of American society, where loneliness has reached epidemic levels. By reducing their cost of living, expats in Mexico free themselves from the financial panic that fuels chronic stress. They can afford therapy, leisure, time with loved ones. In a short flight, home to see family means they can maintain ancestral ties while living somewhere that lets them breathe easily. Packing a life into a few suitcases and moving across the globe isn't an act of running away. For me, and for the Black expats I've come to know on this journey, it's an act of running towards sovereignty, health, and emotional preservation. It's a conscious decision to value your peace of mind over geographic familiarity. The 5 countries I've walked you through today offer different landscapes, cultures, and languages. But they share a common thread. They're places where your humanity is recognized before your race, where the pace of life honors the human spirit, and where peace is attainable. I don't believe mental health should be a luxury reserved for those who can survive a toxic environment. Sometimes the most radical mental health strategy I've found is simply a change of geography. If you're ready to reimagine what your life could look like when you build it around wellness, hit subscribe. Join me at The Melanin Nomad as I keep exploring the world, protecting my peace, and redefining what it means to truly thrive. Until next time, travel safely and guard your peace.